just say something really quick, and then I'll read our father's eulogy, and I'll ask you to be please patient with us. This is our day. Please allow us to mourn our dad and to really have this opportunity to speak about him. Thank you. Sylvia, say something.
Yes, I bear. To such a tutor. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Indeed, we belong to him and we will return back to him. I'd like to thank everyone for coming, because this is very encouraging. And we will take this with us as a memory to dignify the man that lies before us. Thank you very much.
Please clap for my sister, Hala. Please, you can do better than that. Please clap for Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. As I mentioned, my name is Lillian Otieno. I am Dalmas Otieno'S daughter. I live in the US. I said that in church. I want to make sure that I thank my community in Minnesota. I live in the great state of Minnesota, and the community there really helped me. As you all know, we were here not so long ago burying my sister-in-law, Victoria Alo Otieno. So it was very hard for us to come back again. And the community in Minnesota, the Association of Association of Kenyans in America, AKIA, of which I am the president of that association. Thank you so much for standing with me, including Minnesota Kenyans Association, and also my very, very good friends in Minnesota, led by my very best friend, Hilda Orien, who really stood by me and helped me. So I wanted to make sure the people in Minnesota know, and the ones in the US know, that I appreciate them. So I'm going to read my father's eulogy. Honorable Dalmas Otieno, EGH, EBS, was born on the 19th day, April 1945, in Kangeso Village, Rongo Sub-County, Migori County. He was the first child of Mzee Petro Anyango Kongo and Mama Gaudensia Opio, stepson to Mama Ochabe, Mama Elizabeth Apoda, Mama Yuka Bethubuya. He was also brother to the late John Koja Anyango, who you heard from my auntie Lucy earlier, and also the late Anthony Mwango, the late Auma Nyagudi, Catherine Odek, Michael Ongoro, Clement Okeo, Salome Owedi, Magdalene Ogure, Genevieve Genga, Goreti Osore, my uncle Maurice Aria Nyango, chief, who just spoke, Susan Oroko, Monica Nyango Rairo, and the late Francis Otho. He was baptized and confirmed Catholic, a background that shaped his values of humility, service, discipline, and faith. These early foundations would remain a guiding compass through his life. My father began his education at Kitweru Primary School between 1952 and 57 before joining Asumbi Intermediate from 58 to 61. And after excelling in his studies, he was admitted to Cardinal Otunga High School, Mosocho, as he waited to join Rapogi Secondary School, which was under construction from Form 2 to Form 4, where he completed his O-levels in 1965. From 1966 to 67, he attended Strathmore College for his A-levels before proceeding to Makerere University in Kampala, where he pursued a Bachelor of Science in Applied Economics. During his time there, he demonstrated early leadership qualities as Vice President of the Luo Students League, 1969 to 1970, and later as Minister of Finance in the Makerere University Students Guild. I'm sure Governor Nyong'o will probably say more about that because he was my father's president at the Students Guild in Makerere. In 1977, he registered for postgraduate studies in management, insurance, and finance at the University of Nairobi, qualifying in 1979. The same year, he became the Fellow of the Chartered Insurance Institute, London, marking the distinguished professional career. My father valued family very deeply, and in 1966, he married my mother, Patricia Otieno, with whom he had Fred, myself, Lillian, Edwin, Lucas, William, and Peter. I was the only girl with 5 boys, and that is why I'm a tough lady. He then married my stepmother, my sister Sylvia's mother, the late Mama Jane Otieno, in 1980, and together they were blessed with 6 children. My brother Kevin, our late 2 sisters, Eflin and Joanne, and also our late brother Isaiah. And we also have a younger brother, Dalmas Jr., who participated in the Mass today. In 2013, he married our 3rd stepmother, Mama Dorothy Otieno, and together they had 3 sons, my youngest brothers, Price, Ramogi, and Raye. And Mama Dorothy Otieno, we fondly call her Small Danny. And again, Small Danny, congratulations on your appointment. My father was he was a father-in-law to Joanne, Rose, Otieno Nyangweso, the late Victoria, Priscilla is here, Pamela Simaloi, Ryle, Ambassador Richard Owade, EBS, Aaron, Bernard, Sharon. He was grandfather to Dalmas, Candy, Michael, Patricia, Melissa, Milka, Cindy, Jessica, Zoe, Trevor, Eddie Jr., Tamara, Amani, Robert, Matthew, Amor, Nenkai, Leshan, Nicole, John Jr., Raya, Prater, Zawadi, Rio, Anthony Jr., Nelly, Amanda, Zaya, Miles, Jason, Jamie, Jeriah, Aiden, Sekani, Odell, Tito, Brittany, Dayton, Velma, Sylvia, and Trevor. I have to read all these guys' names because otherwise there'll be a lot of intense fellowship in this family after this funeral. So I want to make sure I avoid those come to Jesus moments. So I've included everyone. He was uncle to Dr. Valentino Koja, my cousin Maureen, Felix Papa, Peter, Mwango, Lisa, Dr. Florence, Naftali, Susan, Rachel, late Georgia South, and the Nyagudi family, Collins and the Okong Ario family, the Ario family, Philip and Odoyo Widi, my cousins, and the Widi family, Gilbert and Jerry and the Ukeo family, Bernard, Felix, and the Ongoro family, and Joachim family, and the Otho family. Through marriage, my father acquired a family that deeply he loved and respected. He was a son-in-law to my maternal grandparents, Mzee Valentino and late Mama Juliana Adhiambo Ogada, the late Selena Omune Ogada as well, the late Elkanah and Mama Sylvia Otieno, the late Mzee John and Elizabeth Okelo. He was brother-in-law to Auntie Lucy Koja, the late Iska Mwango, the late Martha Nyagudi, Mama Teresa Ongoro, Mary Okeo, Priscilla Rio, Beatrice, and the late Dorina Otho, Benta Kumu, Coletta, Polycarp, Rusula, Uncle Ben Ogada, Senator Beatrice Ogola, who is here, General Morris Oyugi, Morris and Justus Nyamunga, the late Ben Otieno, Mama Edith Ombima, and the late Susan Oyugi, Wilfred Okelo, Selena, and Peter Ombija. He was, and Wycliffe Okelo, he was the Nyawanas to the Onyangos of Sakwa, the Dethos of Alego, Nyangwesos of Nyakach, Alos of Game, Koigis of Nakuru, the Chesires of Kabarnet, the Joms of Loitoktok, Isengewas of Tanzania, Owades of Yoma, Weres of Kakamega, Nyaribes of Nyamira. Did we leave someone? And so we're a very United Nations type family. Since the family was majorly made of boys, my father had an obvious bias to girls, who he openly favored and advocated for. He was the patriarch of our home and ensured that everyone felt seen and heard. He raised a family rooted in love and unity, and he was a source of guidance and inspiration to all of us. Despite his many responsibilities, he always prioritized the welfare of his loved ones. Dalmas Otieno was one of a person who was of vision. He was a visionary person. He also valued service, and he dedicated his life to helping people. From the earliest days of his career, he carried an unshakable belief that leadership meant transforming lives, not merely holding office. So this remarkable professional journey began with his employment at Alico American Insurance Life Agency, where he became the global winner of the 1973 International Life Contest. that saw him and my mother, Mama Patricia, travel in Europe and South America. In 1977, he was admitted to the Chartered Insurance Institute in London, and within 2 years, he rose the ranks and excelled in his career. By 1983, he was a chartered insurance practitioner, very widely respected among professionals for his thought leadership at the Kenya Insurance Training Institute. In the private sector, he proved to be a trailblazer from 71 to 82 as agency manager of Aliko, and also made sure that those branches were in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, Eldoret, and Nyeri. And he had about 100 agents. In 77, his name was global when he was declared the $1 million agency manager with Aliko, and he later founded Thabiti Finance Company in 1983 as chairman and CEO. And he was also later on the board of the Kenya Commercial Bank and National Assurance Company. But it was his public service that his name became a household word. He joined Kenyatta University Council as treasurer in 83 before plunging fully into politics in 88. He was elected member of parliament for Rongo constituency at only 43 years old. He became the youngest member of the cabinet. He became the youngest member of the cabinet when he was appointed Minister for Industry. It is during this tenure as Minister for Industry that he published his first book, Turning the Wheels of Industry, which had a foreword written by the late President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. Later, he served as Minister for Manpower and Employment, and also later as Minister for Transport and Communication. In the 90s, my father's leadership was recognized continentally when he chaired the African Ministers of Transport and Communications. His political journey was intertwined with Kenya's democratic transition. He co-chaired the inter-party parliamentary group, which you heard about, that negotiated for key electoral reforms ahead of the 1977 elections. At the historic Bomas Constitutional Conference, he co-chaired the executive committee, which introduced the proposal for the office of the Prime Minister, one of the most significant constitutional innovations of the time. He was involved in the Orange movement of 2005 that rejected the WACO draft constitution and later played a central role in the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy CORD, co-chairing its summit ahead of the 2013 elections. Please bear with me. Our father's service was not confined to politics alone. His greatest pride lay in the transformative contributions of Rongo constituency and the wider Nyanza region. Education was his priority between 88 and 87. He personally sponsored 400 students. Clap for him. 400 students to pursue higher education. Among them, we have Dr. Owiyo, Dr. Morris Ligusa, Senior Principal Richard Odongo, and others. He initiated and supported institutions such as Rongo University, Seattle Technical and Training Institute, Miari Agricultural Training Center, Awendo Center of Excellence, Kangeso Boys High School, Kwe Primary, Ongora Primary, and Nyakuru Primary. In the 2000s, when students' grades were locked out of joint admissions board placement, my father launched a university sponsorship program that founded more than 537 students, ensuring they achieved their dreams. Thank you. This single vision of empowerment through education lifted countless families out of poverty. He also believed that economic empowerment was a true foundation of freedom. In the early 1900s, he founded Rongo Dairy Cooperative, providing women groups with modern dairy cattle breeds, and Quo Shelter Freak Women Group. He championed fish farming in 2007, establishing local fish ponds for youth groups, building and expanding Opapo Fish Plant, and also made sure that trade was spearheaded during the construction of Rongo and Awendo modern markets. Long before devolution was established and lobbied, he was very successful for making sure that the first branch of Kenya Commercial Bank, Rongo, was initiated in 2009. in terms of infrastructure in Rongo, this flourished under his leadership. He oversaw the building of numerous roads and bridges, such as the Nyaburu, Ombasa, Kotawa, Enopapo, Mulo, Madiaba, and Kaburo bridges, all of which opened up rural areas to trade and transport. He also initiated the Rongo, Riosir, and Awendo water projects, bringing clean water to thousands of households, and influenced the creation of more than 40 new administrative units, including Changiwa Edu Division. Although some of his dreams, such as establishing Longo University Teaching and Referral Medicine School or Tamakin Key feeder roads, remained unfulfilled at the time of his passing, his vision endures as a roadmap. At the national level, his service was equally profound. As Minister for Public Service between 2008 and 2013, he championed reforms and digitized government operations, created the Government Human Resource Information System, introduced a medical insurance scheme for civil servants, and launched the Kenya School of Government Act, a Vision 2030 flagship project. His leadership extended to Africa, where he chaired the Conference of African Ministers of Public Service, pushing for implementation of the African Charter on Values and Principles. During moments of crisis, my father was a pillar of calm leadership. At the 2000 post-election violence, he chaired the Humanitarian Response Committee that evacuated families stranded in the volatile areas in Kenya. He also played a key role in the Kofi Annan-led mediation talks that birthed the Grand Coalition government. Later in 2014, he was appointed Kenya's Special Envoy to the South Sudan peace talks and served as member of the United Nations Committee of Experts in Public Administration, demonstrating once again his gift for negotiation and statesmanship. For his selfless services, our father was decorated with some of the highest honors in the land: the Elder of the Order of the Burning Spear, EBS, in 1986, and the Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart, EGH, in 1989. Beyond politics, he was a community leader, a community father figure, chairing school boards, mobilizing for local development, and giving his time freely to empower youth and women. His legacy is written not only in government records, but in the lives of over 400 students he helped educate, and the markets and roads that he built that transformed villages, the dairy cows, fish ponds that fed families, and also the bridges that connected isolated communities. So finally, my father, our father, Honorable Dr. Dalmas Otieno'S journey was one of resilience, vision, and unwavering service. He built institutions, fought for reforms, empowered his people, and helped Kenya's political and social landscape. Even in death, his dream remains alive, his vision still guiding, and his legacy will be told for generations. I want to thank the governor,